What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to another episode of the Totally Cool channel. Yeah, Decepticons. That's what we have in this box. This is a very special 3-pack from the War of Cybertron Siege line, where you have the Refraktor triplets. It's a very nice box, but let me take you back to who Refraktor is, or was, or is, or whoever. Refraktor is actually 3 robots that look the same. They're like clones, and then they come to, when they transform, they don't have a separate transformation. When they transform, they combine into a camera. So technically they're the first combiner. Unfortunately, they can't be qualified as a real transformer because they don't have an alternate mode if they don't combine. Now, let's make the distinction. We've done an aerial bots review. We've done a review of the Stunticons, and every single one of those robots could transform into something different. So from a robot, turn into a fighter plane. From a robot, they turn into a car. These guys, when they turn to a robot and they're alone and they transform into something else, they can't be anything else. So the 3 of them have to be together all the time. Kind of weird, right? So before we get into the whole thing, let's take a closer look at the packaging. Let's look at the box. All right. Very unique packaging. One of the most distinct packaging or box I've seen in quite a while. So this one's supposed to look like a camera lens, like the front part of the camera. Okay. On the right side, you have the 3 Refraktor pieces, 3 different robots that turn into a camera. On the left, you have, that's the Autobot mothership, or the Ark, flying away from Cybertron with the cube, or the Allspark. Okay? At the bottom, not much. Got the barcode. Up top, you have Transformers, War for Cybertron, Siege, War for Cybertron Trilogy. And then it says Refraktor Reconnaissance Team 3-pack. At the back, very, very cool. It has some text that says, Refraktor, the Decepticon reconnaissance robot, turns the fine art of observation into the cruel craft of destruction. One is a viewfinder, the other is a spyglass, and the one is a spectro. So it's viewfinder, the function is blackmail. Spyglass, the function is surveillance. And spectro, the function is propaganda. Weird. Refraktor is an evil marauder, not a working camera. Robots are not sold separately. Each Refraktor package comes complete with spectro, viewfinder, and spyglass figures. Okay, it's supposed to have a card. That says it right here. So, we've taken a look at the box. It's quite small. Let's open him up. Okay, so this opens from the top flap. We cut the tape, open like that. Nice. So you've got the manual that welcomes you, Refraktor. That's how he's supposed to look like. That's how he's going to look like. Okay, so that's the manual. Put that aside. You've got, is that an Optimus Prime? No, that's Megatron. Okay, it's supposed to open like this. That's Megatron. You got the camera. So you pull the tab like so. Voila. And there is Refraktor. So there's a plastic clamshell. Okay. There's this guy. Well, I don't know what this is. Could be a weapon. Could be their weapon. So you just pull out the whole thing. Oh, you got weapons left and right. So, yeah, they're triplets, so their weapons all look the same. So, here we go. There we go. So, ta-da! Ooh! Nice. Very nice. As per usual, let's see what the box holds for us. So it looks like this. That's how he's gonna look like. Nice. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah? If I do say so myself. Put this back in. No, let's set that aside. Set this aside. This one. I can't remember his name. Put it in the comment if you know. He was like a spark or something that infected other robots. It doesn't say in the box who he comes with. It's supposed to. Whatever. Alright. Says made in Vietnam. Now, as usual, be careful when you're using sharp objects. Okay. So there. After you remove all of these plastic ties, put the clamshell over there. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So it looks like it's a functioning camera. It's got almost all of the parts. The lens, you've got the viewfinder over there. You have the flash. You have the, what do you call that? The shutter button. Where you press it and it clicks. Okay. So, like I mentioned earlier, there are 3 parts to this. And the good thing about this particular piece is that you can see who they are. So there's 3 separate entities. 1, 2, and 3. They're color-coded. And, okay, the lens does not move. There's a lens cover. And it's divided into 3 parts. So 1 of each for each of the robots. And then, yeah, let's take him apart and see how it looks. Okay, so this one's the shutter portion where you also normally have the film. I think you're supposed to remove this, like so. There you go. That aside. This one is probably spyglass. I don't know. So there's left, right, and center. Then remove this. So from the back, it looks like separate. They look distinct, but from the front, they look the same. So these are the 3 different parts. Okay? So I'm pretty sure they're also interchangeable because this guy probably just has an attachment that you can, yeah, there we go. So you can remove this and attach it to the other parts. So we remove this from this one and just put it here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So they're interchangeable. They're actually interchangeable. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. There we go. See? They're pretty interchangeable. Same thing for this guy. See? So you can rearrange them. See? You can rearrange them as long as they're complete. So remove this for the shutter. This one is for the spyglass or the viewfinder. And this one's the flash. Also detachable. Okay. So let's try to convert them into robot mode and let's get back to that in a bit. So there you have the separate entities of the refractor camera. They're now in their robot forms. And as you can see, they are Decepticons, and I don't know why this guy does not have a Decepticon emblem on his chest, but these two, they have a Decepticon insignia. I don't know if this is going to supposed to go on his shoulder or somewhere, whatever. Rather weird because this one also has a Decepticon emblem. By the way, fun fact, even in their alt mode, Autobots and Decepticons have these insignias to identify them from each other. How can they be robots in disguise if they have these insignias clearly for everyone to see? Anyway, something to think about, something to comment on. Please post your most interesting comment in the comment box, and we will read them and hopefully make a discussion out of it. Now, see, there's three different ones. I don't know which one is which. I'll put the comments somewhere here, who they are, what their names are. I don't know what their characters are. I don't know what they're supposed to do. I don't know if their chest's supposed to pop or I don't see any. Okay, that changes something. I don't know what for. Okay, so aside from the different colors and the different names, I don't know what their personalities are. In the cartoons, they didn't have different personalities. All they did was act like a telescope. When Megatron needs to see something, they form to a camera, and Megatron looks at them, and they see far away. So the mythos or the character development of these guys were so underrated that they were just like a foil for something like that. I needed to see something far away, turn into a camera, you know, or they can be placed somewhere where it's so hidden that, or they're on top of, inconspicuously on top of a desk as a camera, and they're taking snapshots of what the Autobots are doing. Pretty weird writing, but nevertheless, these guys were fan favorites because, interestingly enough, they turn into a camera. They have to combine to be a camera. So what makes them a little bit weird makes them quite interesting too. So that's the in-depth review based on, let's just do one to be specific, just to, because what one can do the others can also. So let's take this weapon out. Okay. Yeah, pretty modular in terms of the design, pretty simple in the transformation. I did it in about less than a minute for each one, so they're pretty compact. The face looks the same. The face looks the same. They all look the same. They all have distinct color scheme, but that's the only difference they have from each other. So let's do a toy review real quick, and let's get into it. So here are the three characters that combine into Refraktor. Okay. After a bit of research, this guy is known as Kremzik. Kremzik, am saying that right? Kremzik. It's like an electricity that had some sentience, sort of like a malicious AI. It infects other beings or whatnot. Kind of a foil for something as a comic relief or something as a conflict, a conflict point of conflict for that episode. But back to Refraktor. Yes, individually they look cute. They look nice and compact. Pretty nice robot form. Although apart from the different colors, nothing kind of pops for them. So out of the box, in camera form, pretty impressive. The way it was packaged together with the box. When you take it out, nice. Looks really nice. But in robot form, not so much. I'd give this camera form probably 4, maybe 3.5. Robot form, give it a 2. Okay? Give it a 2. Price point, when this first came out, it was pretty average. Cost about 60, maybe $70, so about 3,000, 4,000 pesos. The price for this has now gone down. People are now letting go of this particular item mint inside seal box for somewhere around 3,000 pesos, sometimes even 2,500 if you buy others with it. So it's not as expensive as it first came out. The novelty has worn off, which tells you how interesting the characters, how uninteresting the characters are, and it's reflected into the price. Now, this is only something that has started to appeal to completists, people who missed out on the line when it first came out, people who are just starting to collect the Siege, the War for Cybertron toy line. So, in terms of price, I got this pretty cheap. The first one, this is my second one because this is just for this video. I still want to keep the box intact. So the first one I got it for a pretty fair price, close to retail. This one is below retail. So that brings it up to a 3. But again, in terms of its value, the price does not really speak much for it. Now, playability, kind of fun, easy to transform. 5-year-old, 6-year-old with a little bit of mechanical proficiency would be able to transform this on their own. I did one less than a minute for each, so it's about 2.5, 3. Putting them together, pretty easy too. So playability is quite up there, 3.5. Shelf appeal. I wouldn't display them like this because they're like one and the same character. They don't even have different personalities, unlike, say, the Seekers. Yeah, you have Starscream, you have Skywarp, and Thundercracker. They all look the same. They're F-15s, but they have different characteristics. Same thing for the Coneheads. They have different looks. This one, they're triplets. They form into one thing. So, shelf appeal, I would rather display them as a camera together with this display case. That's how I would put them. I would rather put them together, keep them as a camera, just because they retain their identity as Refraktor as a camera. Individually, not so much. So, overall, 2.5. I'm being kind, 2.5. After the whole camera novelty, it just wears off. So, unless you're a completist like me and you really need to get everything, as part of your collection, no. If I wasn't built or wired the way I was in my collecting experience, I'd rather pass on this. I would have passed on this. So, just for the benefit of the video, again, this item was purchased for this video alone, so we can share with you. But I'll probably put them back together as a camera and put them on my shelf that way and keep it that way. So, that being said, that ends our review of Refraktor. Pretty interesting how it looks, but it wears off. So, before we go, please like and subscribe this video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Like the video. If you found it interesting, please leave your comments. Hit the bell button so that you would be notified for any future episodes that we post. Give us a follow on Facebook. The page is the same. With that, thank you for watching. We hope you watch our next episodes or watch back to our previous episodes if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you again on our next few episodes, and happy collecting.